what actually makes a great photographer? Is it someone who is award-winning? Most of us think of a Nat Geo published photographer who has won a global prize for being Photographer of the Year or Wildlife Photographer of the Year. It's the kind of image that stops you in your tracks, where the impact grabs your attention, the story draws you in, the technical capture is flawless, and the processing brings it all together. To be the best at anything, you have to compete and win. That's why we have the Olympics, World Championships, and in photography, we have international competitions. In this episode, we're going to be talking about what makes a great photograph, how to enter in competitions and win. If you do win, what does it actually do for your career? How do you market that? And we're going to talk about what the judges are looking for in great photographs. I'm actually going to be a judge in a competition later this year, and I'm going to talk about more about that competition, what the prizes are, and how you can enter to win. So with that, let's get started. If you are new to this channel, my name is Shannon, and I am a full-time photographer in beautiful British Columbia. Whether you're here to learn, be inspired, or simply enjoy some stunning visuals, you've come to the right place. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. What makes a great photographer? So there's talking about the photographer and then there's talking about their photography. If we were looking at a great photographer, it might be someone who is ethical, shares locations responsibly, especially for environments that are fragile, doesn't, break the law when taking photographs. So there's that side of being a good photographer, and we could have hours of podcasting chit-chat on that very subject. What I want to do is focus on the photographs that makes a great photographer. One, impact. When you're setting up your camera and you're looking at a vista or wildlife, think about its impact. Does it stop you in your tracks when you see that image? Or is it just another bird photo? Does it invoke emotion? Curiosity? Is there sadness in your image? Does it make your viewer feel something without them even realizing it? Now, often these moments are captured during horrible weather. So like moody skies, lightning, or sunlight bursting through stormy clouds, bringing tons of color. Maybe it's a feeling of autumn or springtime, summertime. These are very important impacts that you can bring out in your photograph. Story, why this image matters. So convey a clear narrative or a sense of place, make the viewer wonder, what happened before, what happens next? Show relationships, between the subjects or between a subject and its environment. So here are some examples of a story. You remove something like a train going through a mountain valley of snow, fresh snow, then you just have hills and mountains. It's a beautiful view, but without the train, there isn't really a story here. And so you want to be thinking about those things as you're out photographing them. And then once you start focusing more on its impact and story, the more you'll weed out just the average, iPhone moments, and you'll narrow down to a moment that is just super impactful. Now, third, we need to start nailing down our technical excellence, how we execute the image. Now, this is really important for usually the first stage in judging. You take a look at the image, and if it doesn't have the proper exposure, the focus is off, the balance of composition, using visual weight, leading lines, framing, maybe it's noise or motion blur. These are a few things that make it hard for your photo to move forward into the competition. Okay, fourth is processing and presentation. Now you want to be able to edit your image that supports the mood and the story without making it artificial. So you want to make sure that you're doing things with a light hand. You probably want to create true to life colors. Clearly we don't want distracting halos, oversaturation, muddy shadows. These are things that we're going to be looking for when judging images, something that doesn't distract us, but helps with the narrative of the story and keeps things true to life. 5, originality in vision. Where is you, the photographer, in your artwork? We're talking angle, light, timing. Switch it up, change it up, make it yours and not some trend or someone else's. Now, how do you know if you are a good photographer or a great photographer? Well, awards and certificates aren't everything. They are tangible proof of skill, consistency, and recognition among your peers. So awards can be local, they can be within your own community. You can go to art shows, camera club contests, small festivals. And then from there you can get into national, international. There's Wildlife Photographer of the Year, Landscape Photographer of the Year. So we have awards and then we have certificates. Certificates are sort of recognition within maybe a specific field or niche. I have a certificate through the Professional Photographers of Canada under travel, I think, or landscape photography. And you submit, I think, up to 10 images that all have to be at a different location, a different time, and a different type of shot that fits within the categories. Now I'm going to run through a list why photographers should enter their work into competitions. Pushes you to refine your technique, your creative, and your storytelling abilities. Add weight to your portfolio and bio. Marketing advantages. Award-winning, which everyone loves to put on their profile, is a strong and selling point for clients and publications. Networking. Meet other photographers, judges, industry professionals. Exposure. Winning or placing can lead to features, exhibitions, or online promotions. Competitions give you a deadline and a purpose to create and improve your work. Learning from others. Seeing their entries expands your creative ideas and your approach. Portfolio building. Award images become standout pieces in your collection. And boosted confidence. Recognition can validate your growth and inspire future projects. Now, if that didn't sound like a positive reason to enter your work into a competition, then I can't help you. I will say for myself entering into competitions, I was looking through every image that I was going to submit, making sure everything is perfect, asked my wife, what do you think of this? How can I improve? Then I got the feedback from the judges. I could really understand where they were coming from, why they said what they said. Their encouragement also helped skyrocket my excitement. Getting back out there, I found that my skills really improved. Now, hopefully I've convinced you that this is a great idea, that if you have photography, you should enter it into competitions to get feedback, to grow your photography skills, and to give yourself validation on who you are as a photographer. Don't think of it as a scary thing or have someone judge your work and put you down. Judges aren't looking to, boot stomp you and put you into the dirt. Their feedback is made to help elevate you, to get you excited about making some changes to your work that might have you struggling to move forward. And a lot of times it might just be your technical side. Maybe your focus is off. And so that is great feedback to help you reevaluate your art, your craft. Now this brings me into the competition, and I want to tell you about the Wilder Photography Competition that is judged in real time. It's the only one in the world that does this. That means you will submit your photography over the next month, and that the finalist will be judged live in front of all of you. You will be competing for a prize pool of $5,000, a first place category prize of $500, and a $1,000 grand prize. This is the 4th annual Wilder Photography Competition, and I'm honored to be one of the judges. To enter the competition, you can just go down to the link in the description below. Registration is now open and it closes on September 14th. Now the Wilder Photography Competition is truly a unique and amazing competition to be a part of because it is one of a kind. Now not only is this competition held live where we can actually hear the judges talk about the images, why they chose first, second, third, and you can see in real time who wins and who doesn't. You can also be notified. You can get all your information online. We can tune in, all of us from around the world at this one time, to what is happening. And I've submitted to other organizations. They're all different, but most of them just give you a notification on your email. You go ahead and you check your portfolio and you see that you've won or you didn't win, that your judges have written something. You've never seen their faces. Maybe you've seen a photo of them under the organization, but there's not really a connection there in real time. That's why this competition is so amazing. Here's a look into the page, how it works. Find the category that is right for you and then enter here below. So this is the enter here button right here. And then the categories are portrait, birdscape, creative, behavior, macro, and new photographers. Now this is all wildlife photography. They give you details and a brief description as to what they're looking for or not looking for. You can go to the competition rules here, all the different facts about the deadline and what image submission is required. Then all the way down here we have the competition rules as well. Now, like I said, you can get notified for this live judging.
Welcome to Wilder. For the past 3 years,
it will open you up into the Wilder live event, and you can click notify me for when the event gets started. Now, if you want to know what the prizes are, click on prizes down below. If you want to know who the judges are, well, I am one of those judges, but we have 4 other incredible photographers from around the world who are also award-winning, here to judge your photos. Now, to enter the contest, it's fairly straightforward. You pick the category that fits your image that you want to submit. So let's say it's portrait. It's fairly straightforward here, where you can just select either 1 at $20, 2 for a bundle and save, or 3, save even more for 45 bucks, and then you can add it to cart. Here you go ahead and put your name, and then you put your email address. You're ready to upload your file, add to cart, and then finish your purchase. Now, the one thing that you must read is that images submitted must be under 10 megabyte. So please make sure that your files are 10 megabyte or less, and they're in a JPEG format. Now, a few final tips. If you're gonna submit, do some research. You can look into Wilder's last competitions and see who's won. Compare your work with theirs and what the judges thought, so that when you submit, you're right up there, catching them by the tails and hopefully taking home that $1,000 grand prize. Now, when you're looking at your image, remember impact, storytelling, your technical execution, and your post-processing. Does it have all the elements that the judges are looking for? Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you're planning on being there October 4th for the competition, and I hope to see you there. All right, ciao.